What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here. I am physically here. Look at this. I'm about to fly around the fucking screen. I'm fucking here right now, dude. And today we are doing the fights that the UFC needs to make next after UFC 321. Obviously, listen, this wasn't a very good card. There was some names on this card that we were excited to see. The fights didn't turn out to be that good, but there's still some good fights to make going forward. So these are the fights that I feel like we need to see from the UFC. I'm not going to cover everybody. So like I always say, dude, if you're coming to this video talking about, oh, what's fucking, what's Mitch Raboso's next fight? I'm not making a fucking fight for Mitch Raposo. Okay. These are the fights the UFC needs to make. Let's get into this, dude. Starting off, Walther Walker, give him a main event against Derrick Lewis. I'm tired of this guy fighting blobs. He called out Hamdi Abdelwahab. What's wrong with you? Why are you, what's wrong with you, dude? Stop fighting fucking blobs that don't know how to grapple. I want to see Derrick Lewis fluke a win over Walther Walker. Or I want to see Walther Walker go out there and pull off another heel hook against someone that has no idea what to do on the ground. I think this would be a really good fight, not only because Walther Walker's on a big win streak, a finish streak, he needs to move up the rankings, and Derrick Lewis is notoriously just happy to fight literally whatever random Brazilian NPC the UFC wants to give him. You can make this a fight night main event. It's pretty easy to sell, but also because they actually would beef. Like, Walther Walker actually talks right. Walther Walker, bro. So you guys are seeing me do the impressions now. You know this is real. But I think this would be a good matchup. I think there'd be trash talk. I think there'd definitely be a finish either way. Either a Derrick Lewis, masterclass knockout, or Walther Walker by submission. I think this would be a really good fight. I do think he needs a jump up in competition. So I'm going to say let's do Walther the Blob Walker versus Derrick Lewis. Fight night main event. Maybe like a featured fight on a pay-per-view if you really need to go that far. I think this would be a good opener for a pay-per-view. That's where I would put it. And on like a pay-per-view where you can put it on the press conference. That's a key part of this is we need the trash talk between these two. But make that fight, all right? Now, next fight to talk about, dude. I'm getting butterflies just thinking about this, man. Quill and Skild went out there against Nasrat Haqparast. I'm looking at myself right now, mate. Fucking Quill and Skild. I'm wearing the fucking Reese shirt. Where is it? The fucking Reese shirt, mate. All right, I just drank a fucking VB before I got on here. Quill and Skild went out there against a top 20 contender in Nasrat Haqparast in Abu Dhabi on 10 days notice and knocks him out cold. I think he needs a ranked or borderline ranked opponent. I think Ignacio Bahamondes, this is a banger fight. This is a fucking badass fight right here, dude. This fight right here is fucking badass, kid. I think Bahamondes should borderline be ranked. I know that he's currently not in the top 15. It's kind of fluctuating between like Grant Dawson, Ignacio Bahamondes, Mauricio Rufy, whatever it is. We all know Bahamondes was ranked. He beat Jalen Turner. He should be top 15. I think this is a good fight for Quill and Skild. Two exciting guys in the lightweight division. Two on the younger side, but they're both big lightweights as well. I think that'd be a good test for Skild to see him fight someone a little bit like bigger and, more of a finisher, but also a little bit exploitable. I think this would just be a really good matchup. Quill and Skild's getting the fucking belt. Ilya Toptorio, whatever the kid's name is, count your fucking days. You fluked the win over Volk. You fluked the win over fucking, what's the other guy's name? Max Holloway. Quill and Skild's coming for you, buddy. I think the title run should continue with an Ignacio Bahamondes fight in Sydney on the pay-per-view in February on the Volk card. Please give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me this fight. All right, man. Next guy to talk about, Alexander Rakic, bro. Alexander fucking Rakic. Like I said in the rant, I'm going to try not to just go on the rant again, but I can't stress to you how fucking mad I was. And by the way, I woke up at 4 in the fucking morning for these fights, bro. I woke up at 4. I've had 3 coffees today. It's 12:56 p.m. I woke up at 4 in the fucking morning. And I had Rakic picked, and the fight starts, and it's 4 a.m. and I'm trying not to wake my girlfriend up. Alexander Rakic is going out there the first minute, body kick, leg kick, head kick. I'm like, all right, we're good, we're off to a good start. And then this fucking guy, for whatever reason, against the biggest midget he's ever fought, decides to close all the distance and shoot takedowns, and gets chinned out cold. So now that's 4 losses in a row, bro. I truly believe I deserve a title shot, bro. I truly believe I deserve to fight Jamal Hillberry. He's not washed. He's not washed. What does Rakic do? He's on a 4-fight losing streak. I know a lot of people have suggested maybe he moves up to heavyweight. I don't think that's the move now that you've been chinned like 3 times in your last 4 fights, or maybe 2 times in your last 4 fights. He got chinned by Yuri. Let's go for that. Nothing wrong with that. And then the Murzakanov fight, I mean, dude, it's, again, the fight IQ really pissed me off in this matchup. So I think just stay at light heavyweight. Let's get a goofball matchup going. Let's get Rakic versus Johnny Walker, dude. If you lose this, just goodbye. It's over. Have a nice life, man. We will never forget you. We'll get Michael Bisping in. We'll play the fucking highlight of you knocking out Jimmy Manuwa back in the day. We'll give you like a retirement. We'll get Jelly Roll. If Anthony Smith gets Jelly Roll, Rakic better get fucking J. Cole on the retirement video. But I think that Rakic versus Walker makes sense ranking-wise. They're like right next to each other. Walker's coming off a win. Rakic is on a fucking 4-fight losing streak. Obviously, what you do here is if Johnny Walker wins this, you give him a title shot. I mean, that's just what happens when you... This is what he does. This is what he does. When you beat Rakic, you get a fucking title shot. So, expect the next fight that I make to be Murzakanov versus Pereira. But all jokes aside, I think Rakic versus Walker, Flukester versus Fluker, like someone that gets fluked versus someone that loves to fluke people. Both of these guys are pretty chinny. They're, you know, I think something goofy and something exciting would happen in this fight. I think this is a great addition to like an Abu Dhabi card or something. Like if you want a guaranteed knockout, just put these 2 knuckleheads in there. Someone's getting fucking chinned. Yeah, Rakic versus Walker sometime next year. I think that makes a lot of sense, all right? As for the professional, Azamat Murzakanov, all right? Listen, dude, I'm going to stop disrespecting this man. I know I call him a fucking Uber driver and all this stuff. I look like a fucking undercover agent right now. The background's not helping my case at all. But Murzakanov kind of has hand. Bro, Murzakanov's kind of fucking good, dude. I know that he's deadass got popped for roids and nobody I was waiting for them to say it on commentary. They were on commentary being like, the only thing holding back Murzakanov. And I was like, yes, say it. And they were like, his activity. Why has he been sitting out so randomly for 6 to 9 month periods? Why is that? Why has Murzakanov been taking time off randomly despite no injuries? What is the reason? Murzakanov's been popping, right? And now he's off him. I'm interested to see how far this 40-year-old Uber driver can go in the light heavyweight division. But he does have hands. He's on a big win streak. I definitely think that him versus Pereira, is that like a no-name matchup for Pereira? Yes. But stylistically, if you're a hardcore fan, you know that Alex Pereira versus Azamat Murzakanov, kind of a fucking banger. Like, you kind of know that Murzakanov is a little bit dangerous, being a southpaw with good boxing and solid defense, and someone that can kind of rally and win a decision late if he needs to as well. I think that the next step here for the Murzakanov title run, for the professional fucking title run, Big Ank versus the professional. This is like a WrestleMania level main event here. 2 of the most no trash talk, are these guys both managed by fucking Ali Abdelaziz as well? I don't know, but Murzakanov versus Ankalaev, I think this is a southpaw versus southpaw banger, number 1. I think that people are getting to the point with Murzakanov where they're like fake hardcoring, like, dude, he should get a fucking title shot. The way that people are acting with Eamon Zahabo, and they were acting with Mario Bautista as well. Murzakanov, at least he's finishing people. Right? He's getting fake hardcore into like, dude, this guy should be fighting for the belt already. I would just say, fuck it. No one is going to call for a immediate trilogy between Pereira and Ankalaev. That's just the way it is. You know, unless Pereira sticks around and we get Yuri versus Ankalaev, I can definitely see the UFC doing like Yuri versus Carlos Ulberg for the vacant light heavyweight belt. And if that happens, just make this fight as the number 1 contender to that. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially considering Khalil Roundtree and Dominic Reyes. Those are 2 guys I would match up with each other. They both just got slept. So I think if that's how the light heavyweight division plays out, this is kind of a banger fight to make. I wouldn't say a fight night main event. Like, I'm going to be real. I don't think I can go into a fight week talking about this fight as a 5-round bout. Like, I would accept it. I'm not going to complain about it, but I think this would be better served as like featured fight on a pay-per-view type shit. Like that's what I would do with this match. Me personally, I'm not letting this main event. I'm not even trying to post Instagram pictures of these 2 as like the main event of a fight night. I think featured fight of a pay-per-view, you stack it, you put together some good card, maybe in Abu Dhabi or you know, Dubai or some shit, I don't know, whatever it is, next year. this would be a good addition to that card. Number one contendership type matchup. Big Ank versus the professional. Let's move on. Let's talk about this fucking terrorist of the sport, Jailton Almeida. I do have to apologize because I did kind of fence it in my reaction video. I saw people being like, is bedtime like hating on Almeida, hating on Volkov? What is it? Almeida's a fucking terrorist of the sport. Like, that's just it. That's what there is to say. I just think Volkov was also not good in that fight. Like, Volkov, I'm happy that he won based on damage. I don't want Jailton Almeida to be winning when he fights like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he deserved to win. I definitely agree that Volkov should have won because Almeida just laid on top doing fucking nothing for some and rolling for deep half guard. But at the same time, Volkov being the number one contender at heavyweight, when his win against Almeida was laying on the bottom, he won the fight based on that. And like doing this from the bottom. Like, I'm sorry, but both of these guys, to me, that was a terrible fucking fight. That was a terrible performance. I don't want to see either of them near the fucking back. And I like Volkov, but I'm so glad that the main event low-key was controversial, because if I had to get on here and say, bro, Volkov versus Aspinall too, man, that's the fight to make, I just think it's bullshit. So this is what I do with both those guys. The first one to talk about is Jailton Almeida. I would say him versus Sergey Pavlovich in a 5-round fight. I know that sounds like torture. I know that sounds like you have to sit through 5 rounds of this, but I think Pavlovich, as a Curtis Blaydes fan, I'm allowed to speak on this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of these guys, he fluked a win over Curtis Blaydes. The other guy, he's Curtis Blaydes' son. I'm allowed to speak on this as the leading Curtis Blaydes fan on the internet. I think that Pavlovich versus Almeida, I think Pavlovich does have solid enough defensive grappling. We've seen it in some of his fights. And he lands really good ground and pound. He'll land some back of the head shots. He'll land some back shots on Jailton Almeida. I think he could definitely finish Almeida with ground and pound. If Volkov is getting close to doing that with these little pitter-patter elbows and shit, I think if Pavlovich gets on top of Jailton Almeida, pause. If he gets on top of him and starts handing out the back shots and shit like that, and, you know, some front shots as well, boom, 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 a couple of elbows, I think Pavlovich can definitely finish Jailton Almeida. I also feel like there's potential here for Pavlovich being, got such a square fucking head. Holy fuck. I'm allowed to say shit now, because I'm here. I'm allowed to say shit. Look at this guy's fucking head. But Pavlovich, he is a little bit sus too. He's a bit slow, a little bit ploddy. He's got fast hands, but I feel like if he gets off balanced, I could really see him getting submitted. So I think there's more potential for a finish here than if like it was a Almeida versus Tybura, just something stinky, someone just terrible like that. I wouldn't be mad at maybe Almeida versus Ante Delija. I think that would be a good step up for him if he beats Waldo Cortez Acosta. But in the meantime, right now, gun to my head type shit, I would say Pavlovich versus Almeida. Prelims of a pay-per-view. Do not put this fucking guy on the main card of any single thing. You're lucky to be staying in the UFC, yeah. You're lucky to be staying here, yeah. Stand your fucking... My last thing I'll say about Almeida before I move on. The fact that Muhammad Mackenzie is genuinely cut from the UFC and this fucking guy is still here. And he's a heavyweight, right? He's a fucking heavyweight and he can't hurt people. Why is this guy in the UFC? Why? Send him to UFC BJJ. I'll see people saying that. Deadass, send this guy to UFC BJJ. That's where he belongs. He does not want to hurt people. He doesn't. He genuinely avoids it. There's shots where, I'm sorry, I'm not even a fucking high-level competitor. I've competed jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, whatever. What is this guy doing? Genuinely, what is this guy doing? I don't know. But if he's staying in the UFC, if he's not getting sent to fucking BFL or whatever the fuck, like GFL reboot, keep him in here. Get him slept by Pavlovich, hopefully. Maybe we can eventually get a Pavlovich versus Gane fight or a Pavlovich versus, Aspinall rematch. It goes a little bit longer. I think that'd be entertaining. This is a good way to get to that, all right? As for Alexander Volkov, like I said, listen, I'm glad that he won. I want it to be clear. I'm not saying he should have lost or, I don't fuck with him. Whatever it is, like, I like Volkov. I'm glad that he won. I'm glad that Almeida's terrorism was not like encouraged. It's like if if they got to Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and the Thunder was like celebrating the chip, and then the commissioner was just like, nah, bro, you actually don't get to win a chip off free throws. I'll be happy with that. But I would at the same time be honest and say, well, listen, guy, I don't think he actually won that clearly. So as for Volkov, I'm very glad that he's not getting a title shot. He does not deserve a title shot based on that boring ass fight against Almeida. very close, competitive, you know, split decision, boring fight against Cyril Gane as well. That's two stinkers in a row, bro. That's two stinkers in a row, bro. Volkov versus Blaydes 2. My boy Blaydes is back, baby. If Blaydes wins this, we are back. We're coming for the trilogy. We have a win over Tom Aspinall. We are coming back. We are coming back for Tom Aspinall. I think this makes sense. I think Blaydes is coming off an injury. He'll be back probably sometime next year. He's coming off a win, very close fight against Rizvan Guniev. I mean, listen, that's a tough fight, dude. Rizvan Guniev, a lot of jiggle, a lot of substance, a lot of movement up there. He's pretty tough and dangerous. So Curtis Blaydes coming off a very close fight against him, but he was injured, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that performance. He's still top 5. He has a win over Almeida. He has a win over Tom Aspinall. So I think Volkov versus Blaydes 2, because he beat Volkov as well, which is another good thing that he has going for him. I think this fight makes sense, and I think this is the type of matchup where Blaydes could win definitively, or even just a win here for Blaydes. Maybe we're talking about him getting a #1 contender fight, or if he fights Gane, if he loses to Aspinall in a rematch. Whatever it is, Blaydes is up there near the top 5 again, near the title again, because I think he's good enough to be there. Or if Volkov wins this, I think there's a chance he could win this definitively if Blaydes is like, you know, the injuries fuck him up or whatever. Obviously, my GOAT Curtis Blaydes in his prime 2018 Curtis Blaydes, prime Curtis Blaydes destroys this guy like he already did in the fucking Apex. People fucking forget, man. But if injuries catch up to him and Volkov has genuinely improved so much, like we've seen him improve a little bit, if he wins this, I could see it being by finish. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I love Curtis Blaydes. I'm just going to keep it a stack. I could see this being a finish for Volkov if he's locked in and Curtis Blaydes is kind of slow and ploddy and not able to get his wrestling going. So I think this is a good fight to determine who's also kind of next up towards the title. Obviously, they're talking about Pereira and Jones and all this shit. I'm not even going to fucking address this made up bullshit, but that's what I would do with Volkov and Almeida. Now, let's move on to... I was just about to say I might take him off the top 10 terrorists of the sport. I might take him off the list, bro. You know what? I'm gonna release Mario Bautista of all his crimes against the sport. I'm gonna let Mario Bautista run free. I'm gonna pardon him. I'm gonna give him an official pardon from the Bedtime MMA channel. We are officially pardoning Mario Bautista. He did a pretty good job against Umar Nurmagomedov. He had some really good moments, rocked him, dropped him in the second round. Did a great job defending the grappling, getting back up, you know, having some moments here and there. But I just think Umar outskilled him. But I don't think it was a definitive, like, domination where Umar is just levels above him. I think Mario Bautista proved that he's elite. Like, he's a top 5, top 6 type of contender. I'm not going to say the next number after that. So I think that a solid next matchup for Mario Bautista, Davison Figueiredo versus Mario Bautista, because listen, this is win-win, and you guys know I love to make win-win fights. Hear me out on this. Either Mario Bautista wins this by probably decision, just getting in fucking Figgy's face, just fucking right? And he's back up where he belongs in the top 6 of the division. And then we're looking at maybe a rematch with Corey Sandhagen, or maybe a Ayman Zahabi, you know, fucking H-bomb versus S-bomb type matchup, you know what I mean? Just two of the most annoying fuckers going at it. I'd love to see it. That's a real possibility, and I want to give Mario Bautista something where he can move up the division for how well he fought against Umar. Or we get Figueiredo sleeping this bum out cold. I mean, come on, dude. I'm a fucking genius. Either Figueiredo chokes this guy out or sleeps him. Probably chokes him out at this point. He's not really striking that well at bantamweight, but I think you could definitely submit him if he's locked in. Or Mario Bautista gets to be in the top 6. I think this makes a lot of sense. I think this would be a good fight night main event, depending on where it is. Or in addition to a fight night as like a co-main event. I would say Figueiredo versus Bautista, pretty solid fight. That's what I would do with him. As for Umar Nurmagomedov, I believe the guy's name is. This is just easy. I don't know what he's fucking doing, because I made these fights pretty quickly after the fights happened. And then I saw in an interview, he was saying something like, oh yeah, I want to fight with Ayman Zahabi or Davison Figueiredo. What? Why what? You just beat Mario Bautista on an 8-fight win streak. Why are you calling out fucking Ayman Zahabi? What's wrong with you, dude? This is very easy in my opinion. Umar versus Merab 2 or Umar versus Piotr Yan if he beats Merab. That's it. This is the only competitive fight Merab has basically had. Except for the first O'Malley fight. People fucking forget me. Except for the first O'Malley fight. This is the most competitive fight that Merab has had. Okay? The trash talk at the press conference. Hey, you have to be man first, bro. You have to be man, bro. You have to be man, bro. Number one, the trash talk is there. The beef is there. But Umar is kind of humbled now. So I'm interested to see that dynamic there. Because I think Merab still fucking hates this guy. I think that's another reason I want to see this is. Merab is like glazing the fuck out of everyone. Guys, Corey's so good, man. He's defending all my grappling, guys. And Sean O'Malley, he's so good, guys. He's gonna chin me in trilogy, guys. But Umar, he fucking hates Umar. So I like that. I want to see that fight. But number two, like I said, Umar has the best chance to beat Merab. I think he has the chance to age him out of the belt. If he waits a year or two, I think he'll end up being the champion at some point. And I think stylistically, you look at their first fight, it's extremely fucking close. Like, it's extremely close. And if Umar actually improves his cardio, he could win this fight. He could deadass win this fight. People had an argument for him winning the first fight. I think Merab won the first fight. But what I'm saying is this is the most competitive, most dangerous challenge for Merab. I don't like the idea of let's just force random fights until he's on a win streak of 3 or 2. What's the point, dude? What is actually the point? Why would we not just take the chance right now and do Umar versus Merab? Because you know what the option is if Umar doesn't get a title shot? Eamon fucking Zahabo going up there, getting a title shot against Merab, doing his bullshit. Fuck that! Fuck that! Give Umar a rematch, and then if he loses, okay, we call in Plan Z. We call in Eamon Zahabo. That's what I would do with those guys, all right? Last two to talk about. First one here, Mackenzie Dern. Hey, Mackenzie Dern, congrats. Congrats, man. Congrats, Mackenzie Dern. Great performance. Great performance, man. Great performance. Mackenzie Dern, for her first title. I can't believe this motherfucker is actually a UFC champion. Imagine going back and telling someone in 2021, Mackenzie Dern will be UFC champion, bro. Bro, nah, dude. Imagine going back to 2022 and telling someone, hey, bro, out of Erin Blanchfield and Mackenzie Dern, Mackenzie Dern will be champion first. She'll be women's strawweight champion before Erin Blanchfield touches the belt at flyweight. Imagine telling someone that. They would not fucking believe you, dude. They would deadass not believe you, but that is the timeline that we live in. And Mackenzie Dern is now an undisputed UFC strawweight champion. I like that she's a blockhead. I like that she tries to go out there and get crazy. I can respect that. I think it's very obvious what her first title defense is. It'll be Tatiana Suarez, bro. Look at this fucking Jan Blachowicz versus Dominic Reyes ass matchup, bro. That's the state of this women's strawweight division. Look at Tatiana Suarez. She's like, yeah, I'll fight. Yeah. That's her face in this photo. And I hope you guys appreciate my editing skills on Mackenzie Dern as well. But I think this is very obviously what's going to happen next at women's strawweight. Tatiana Suarez was the =1 contender. She was undefeated. She lost to Weili Zhang. She's bounced back with a win over Lemos, who has a win over Mackenzie Dern. Pretty fucking A plus B equals C type matchmaking here. But yeah, this just reminds me of light heavyweight when Jones left. Like, it's literally just, we're 2 fights away from fucking, who's a complete jobber at strawweight? We're like 2 fights away from fucking someone off Contender Series getting a title shot, bro. Like, I deadass believe we're going to be having seasons of tough, like, with strawweights being like, hey, if you win this season, kid, you're getting a title shot. So, listen, this is a decent fight. I think Tatiana Suarez probably wins this, unfortunately for the Mackenzie Dern Glazers out there. But, yeah, let's fucking run this fight. Whatever, dude. Please put it as a co-main event, though. Please put it as, like, a co-main event or featured of a pay-per-view. I swear to God, if they think because Mackenzie Dern is, like, hot, people are going to, like, buy a pay-per-view because of her, please do not put her as the main event of a card, bro. I'm begging you. I'm literally begging on my hands, and I'm not my hands, and that's weird shit. I'm begging right now. If I see a pay-per-view announced in like February or March or some shit, and it's like, what's up, fight fans? We got Mackenzie Dern versus Suarez. Also on the main card, Bo Nickel. I'm done. I'm gone. Say goodbye. I'm gone. But yeah, I think Dern versus Suarez, that's pretty obviously what's next. And as for the main event, I mean, literally there's only like, make the fucking rematch. Make the fucking rematch. That's it. And I just need to address the people in my comments that are mad about what I said. Please tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm wrong in this sentence here. This was a very competitive fight. Better than we expected. Cyril Gane was up on significant strikes. Not by a lot. I'm not saying he outclassed Tom Aspinall. But he was winning the first round. It was interesting to see Tom Aspinall lose a round and be bloodied up and be missing, and his wrestling didn't go straight away. He was still doing really good, landing body kicks, landing some head kicks, you know, feinting, doing spinning shit, but it did seem like he was slowing down just a touch, right? It seemed like Cyril Gane was kind of building confidence and Tom Aspinall was kind of like, okay, this is actually going to be harder than I thought. I'm not saying Cyril Gane would have destroyed him. I'm just saying the eye poke took away from us seeing Tom Aspinall actually go through a hard fight, which we haven't really seen before. Like, I don't think this is even comparable to the Andrei Arlovski fight. I just don't. I think Andrei Arlovski just like, oh, wow, this old fuck actually survived a couple of punches and landed like 3 punches. Cyril Gane was dead ass, like jabbing him up, moving around, stab him with the oblique kicks. Super close fight still. And I do think Tom Aspinall wins the rematch, but the reason why people are saying that we want to see the rematch or whatever it is, like, Tom Aspinall doesn't deserve hate for being eye poked and being in danger. I think that is also fucking retarded. But Cyril Gane, I'm sorry, but it's like, what is the logic here that he's like, I'm winning. Let me eye poke. Now, let me strategically, purposely eye poke while I'm winning right now and potentially get DQ'd and lose my 3rd title shot via DQ. That's my strategy here. Let me send this to a no contest because I'm doing too good right now. Let me prolong this. I'm sorry, but if you compete, you know that eye pokes are a part of it. I agree that Cyril Gane and some of these French fighters are kind of dirty, but that to me looked like the Leon Edwards bullet. And this is the last thing I'll fucking say. This is the last thing I'll say. It's really fucking funny watching these UK fans all of a sudden on the other side of this being like, bro, how are people coming to so many conclusions? You can't even say Cyril Gane was winning. You're not even allowed to say Cyril Gane would have won the first round. They're like, we have no idea. Like, it was literally half a round, right? But then when Belal Muhammad Leon Edwards 1 happens, right? A round and 10 seconds of a fight, and it's almost dead even on significant strikes. Leon Edwards is just more aggressive, rocks Belal Muhammad with 1 kick. You can argue that's almost the same as this guy getting his whole face bloodied up from a jab, right? They are so quick in that fight to be like, yeah, Leon Edwards was destroying him, bro. Belal doesn't even deserve a rematch. Leon basically won the first fight. People were dead ass saying this. And if you know ball, you know I'm telling facts right now. You know I'm spitting facts right now. When it was Leon versus Belal, which this is very similar to where he goes ahead, a body kick and then frames off, right? And Leon Edwards is another notorious fucking cheater who constantly grabs the fucking fence and does all this shit in his fights, right? Leon Edwards does it to Belal Muhammad, who we don't like. Bro, what's the point of this rematch, bro? Honestly, I don't even want to see Belal fight for the belt. Leon Loki was beating him anyways. Leon destroys him, bro, because of the first fight. This one, and the thing is too, I understand if you're mad at people hating on Aspinall, because I agree. You should not be hating on Aspinall. If you're hating on Aspinall for this, you're dumb as fuck. You're a Jones Glazer. Your man is literally sitting on the sidelines with Twitter fingers. He literally ducked Tom Aspinall. He turned down 30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. Jones is not allowed to say shit in this situation. He's literally a drug cheat who uses eye pokes, outwardly admits to using eye pokes to win fights, ducked Tom Aspinall like his life depended on it, gave up the belt via fucking Twitter. He's not allowed to give his take on this. But all I'm saying is, why are people so mad at people saying Cyril Gane was winning the first round? I wanted to see how the fight continued. People are mad about that in my comments. So I just wanted to say, I don't get that. I don't get it because it doesn't make any sense to me. Cyril Gane won the first round. It would have been really interesting to see this fight go to round 2, maybe to round 3. We haven't seen Tom Aspinall in a hard fight, basically. That's what we all want to see. So we need this rematch. I think January Paramount debut, this is a great fight to make the main event of that if you can't sort out what's going on with Ilia Topuria. Yeah, this is the rematch we need to see, and I'm happy about it because now the heavyweight division with the 2 most talented guys, now we actually have like some debate here. Now we actually are like, oh my god, Cyril Gane actually can do good in this fight because we all thought Tom Aspinall was about to smoke this dude, and now the last moment of that fight is, mate, I can't fucking see. I can't fucking see, mate. He's double poked me in my fucking eye, mate. And we've got heel Aspinall too. This is amazing. It's terrible that it ended like that. But at least from this dog shit ending to the card, we get heel Aspinall. Mate, what the fuck is this guy doing, mate? I'm going to fucking kill this guy, mate. You fucking poked me eyes out, mate. We've got Cyril Gane being good again. We've got all this shit. That's my point. I want to see the rematch. I know all of you guys do too. That's my takes on this. Let me know down below, though. What fights do you think the UFC needs to make after UFC 321? I'm sure the comments will all be about the matchmaking in this video. Nothing else will be brought up in the comments. But yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100K, so that's why I'm upping the quality a little bit. I'm adding me into the videos, which is you know, I'm the best editor on YouTube. What can I say? So, yeah, appreciate you guys. Drop a like, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.